Hey, running friends. Welcome to the Wrinkled Runner podcast. I'm Sherry, the Wrinkled Runner. I'm over 50 and I love to run wherever I go, but Buffalo, New York is my home. If you are looking to start to run or you're an older runner, this podcast is especially for you, so subscribe now. I love to help people get running and keep running. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about using a running coach, even for those of you who are new to running. Many of us think that a coach is only for those who are elite or in high school or college and don't know that you are able to have a coach for yourself should you want one. A few months ago, my Red Cross CPR first aid certification was due for renewal. And when I went to the class, the instructor went around the room and he was asking everybody what we did that necessitated having the training. And when I said I was a running coach and it was a requirement to keep my status current, he was surprised. He had never heard of there being a coach for running. He then proceeded to pretend to run and made a joke about why anyone would need to learn how to run. But it was really surprising to me that there are people who are not aware that running coaches exist. There are many beginners that either want to get to the next level or would like someone to guide them as they start. And having someone by your side to encourage you and help you stay motivated are great reasons to have a coach. So the first step for you would be to figure out why you want one. And I'll present some other reasons besides encouragement and motivation in a bit, but just know that you do not have to have a coach to be successful in your running. A coach is nice to have and can definitely help you improve and reach your goals, but it might not be for you if you don't have the time to commit to following a plan or you just don't like someone telling you what to do. And I tend to be that way myself, so I understand that mentality. If you don't have the time to put in or you tend to have to postpone or cancel your running days, you probably will end up frustrated with a coach and they will probably end up being frustrated with you as well. But if you can devote the time, having a coach may be something you want to pursue. Accountability is a big reason some beginners hire a coach. When you get started running, you may be the only one that cares about it. Now, I'm lucky that my husband started running roughly the same time I did. So we've always had an accountability partner to get us up in the morning and get us out the door. Having a coach means you will have days that you are supposed to run and days that you are supposed to rest and days that you will probably be scheduled to strength train. That can be easier for you to do if you know there is a person checking at the end of the day that you did it and someone that will ask you why you didn't if you skip it. I talked in this season's episode 12 about having goals, even if you're a new runner. Just following a plan off the internet might not get you there since the plan is not tailored to you specifically. A blueprint from a coach who knows all about you and your habits and your paces will direct you towards the finish line of whatever you are trying to accomplish. A coach will also discuss with you other goals that you may not have thought of and ones that they think you are capable of, even if you don't. When I first started running, I would never have dreamed of hiring a coach. The internet was there, but navigating it wasn't as seamless as it is now. So while I got some running plans and things on it, I would not have thought that coaching was possible. There were many things about running that I didn't know, and I didn't know it, and also some things that I thought I knew, but I wasn't correct. Having someone who could walk me through some of that confusion would have been a good thing for me. Even the essentials to start running, like shoes, the type of clothes to wear, walk to run program, all those things would have been explained to me and tailored to me personally. Having your questions answered is a great benefit of a coach. I've been doing some work for myself for a while now, trying to correct some things and improving others, and having the knowledge of how to do that is beneficial for me and for those I coach. If you hire one, they may have you run for them while they take a video so that they can analyze your form and see if there are areas that you can improve upon. Even if you've been running for a while, you can get great feedback regarding your form from a coach. With all the tools available to coaches today, you can be assured that a good one will be tweaking your plan on a week-by-week basis to give you the most personal plan they can. They can take what life hands you and incorporate changes so that you avoid injuries, burnout, and overtraining. Now, of course, no coach can guarantee that those things won't happen, but they will help you through those as well if you do tend to get injured or overtrain. They will also change and grow your plans as you gain running fitness and push you further than maybe you would have gone without one. It's also a great thing to have someone who loves running to talk to. Now, I can talk to my husband about running, but he doesn't love it like I do. If you don't have any running buddies, you know that the eyes of non-running friends can glaze over when you talk about distances and paces and things like that. So having a coach, you have somebody that's built in that would love to talk about running with you. So what should you look for in a coach? A lot will depend on what you want from them. If you're just beginning, a coach that charges $200 a month for their time and trains 20-year-olds for the Olympics is probably not a good fit for you. Look for a coach that talks about taking on the novice runner. Now, if you're breaking records on a college team, someone like that $200 a month coach may be exactly what you're looking for. A coach should have some kind of certification, and this will run the gamut from our RCA certification like I have to coaches with 4-year degrees in exercise science and other degrees related to coaching. You should ask about the experience of the coach as well. Now, all of us have to start somewhere, and just because a coach may not have been coaching for years and years doesn't necessarily mean they won't be a good coach for you. But also ask about how long they have been running. Someone who is coaching certification after only running for a year may need a bit more experience at both. Now, that being said, someone who has an actual college degree in exercise science or coaching or kinesiology, those are things to take into consideration even if the person hasn't been running for decades and decades. Ask a potential coach about their coaching approach. Now, I'm pretty conservative when it comes to mileage and training. Other coaches can be more aggressive. Now, I always ask a potential client what he or she is hoping to achieve and when they want to achieve that. And I've referred some to coaches who I feel will help them get there closer to their timeline if I feel like they're wanting a more intense approach. When you meet a coach, what do you think of their personality? Does it mesh with yours? If you're looking for someone who will cheer you on with lots of encouragement and be somewhat laid back, but your meeting leads you to believe they will be more rigid and militant, you probably should pass. But keep in mind, sometimes we need someone different than us, so really be honest with yourself about what you want and what you need. Ask what training will look like. How many days? Can things be rearranged if need be? Do they include strength training recommendations? Do they use a particular app or software to build your plans? What are the avenues of communication provided to you? If you have a question on that particular day's run and can only communicate via email that they may not see and therefore you might not get an answer right away, is that okay with you? Or do you want someone you're able to text? Now, keep in mind, coaches have lives too, and some, if not most, have quote unquote day jobs. So as a client athlete, you should also not expect that your coach is at your beck and call. But you should be able to get a concrete policy from them about what you can expect when communicating with them. And they should be following that policy if you do hire them. There are many coaches that do online or virtual coaching, and you can find them in a number of different places. I'll list a few in the show notes. The RRCA website will tell you whether a coach is virtual, in person, or both. Virtual coaches will usually meet with you over Skype or Zoom, and you can expect these one-on-one meetings to happen once a week or so. There are websites in some cases that you as the athlete will be directed to so that you can get your training for the week or 10 days or whatever cycle your coach chooses for you. In-person coaches will meet with you personally, but may also direct you to certain software or apps to get the training that they write for you. Different coaches handle training times differently. Now, I coach for 3-month blocks at a time, while others will take on clients for as little as a week or will write a plan for you for a price and then you're done. So check out the different coaches' websites to find out the different offerings available to you. Hiring a coach is a process, and if you decide you would like to explore the possibility, do your research and don't be afraid to find the best fit for you before committing. If you do take the leap, you may find that you are rewarded with a relationship that takes you to your next level. This week's website is the RRCA website. You can find a coach, find a training program, or find a running club. Next week, I'll be talking about hip issues and the steps you can take if you have what's known as hip drop. It's something that I have had to address in my own running. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you know another runner who could benefit from today's topic, go ahead and share it. Do you have any running questions? You can ask me. Email me at sherry@wrinkledrunner.com, and if I can't answer your question, I will do the research to find the answer and share it with you. The questions I get from listeners like you help me develop episodes, so please don't be shy. You can sign up for my once-a-month newsletter using the link provided so that you can have all the Wrinkled Runner resources from the past month all in one place. I also have opened up my virtual coaching in addition to coaching one-on-one with those in the Buffalo, New York area. So head to my coaching page on the Wrinkled Runner website, which I will, of course, link to, and check out how we may be able to work together. Until next Monday, thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the run.